How's it going, everybody? It's week 8 already of this college football season. We're gonna quickly get into the picks today. I just wanted to get an episode out before the games. I have not really had any time to do this. I'm a diehard Chicago Cubs fan, so I've been trying to keep up with them. So I haven't really had time to edit really anything. So I just wanted to get it out now and do quickly a video here. So first, we have the number 10 Wisconsin Badgers at the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now Iowa does have 2 sad losses this year. They did lose at home to North Dakota State and Northwestern, one better than the other. You all know North Dakota State's better, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put Wisconsin win this game. I think they're the best 2-loss team in the Big Ten. The sad loss to Ohio State that they had last week. Recover from that, and they'll take this one in the rivalry game. And quickly, Craig Dad Cruz will not be here for this episode. He is on vacation right now, so I'll let him enjoy that to do this with me. So. Alright, the next game we have the Central Michigan Chippewas at the Toledo Rockets. I don't know much about these teams, honestly. I guess Toledo beats their rival Bowling Green last week, and Central Michigan defeated Northern Illinois in overtime. I'm gonna pick Toledo in this one. I think I remember last year they had a great season, and in a lot of these lower conferences, home field advantage matters a lot. So, excuse me, I'm gonna pick Toledo. Alright, let's move on to the next game. We have the Colorado Buffalo at the Stanford Cardinal. Now, Colorado lost to USC this year, and I believe they lost to, gosh, I don't remember who else they lost to. But they did crush Arizona State last week at home, which I did not think would happen. And Stanford barely beat Notre Dame, who was the most disappointing team this year, along with a couple other teams. But I'm not trying to get into that. I've gone into that. Every team sucks thing. So I'm gonna pick Stanford to win this one in an extremely, and I mean extremely, close game. All right, next we have the game of the week: the number 6 Texas A&M Aggies at the number 1 Alabama Crimson Tide. Can any team really beat Alabama? I don't really know the answer to that question because they crushed Tennessee last week. I don't know if they can be beaten. Now, Texas A&M, on the other hand, they are the only other team to beat Tennessee. So, I don't really know. I think I'm going to pick Alabama as the safe bet in this one. But then, remember a few years ago when Johnny Manziel was quarterback, he lit the Alabama defense up in Tuscaloosa. But the safe bet here is to pick Alabama. Game day is going to be there. Fantastic game. I want A&M to win, but I got to pick Alabama in this certain game. Alright, next we have the TCU Horned Frogs at the number 12 West Virginia Mountaineers. Now TCU has been, they're kind of like Stanford. They haven't been completely disappointing, but they are on thin ice when it comes to that subject. West Virginia has been the exact opposite. They have been fantastic this year. As you see, they're ranked number 12. They are looking like they could possibly win the Big 12. Maybe even make that playoff. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that for a couple weeks now. But I do think West Virginia is going to win this game. Remember, a couple years ago when TCU came in here, it was game day. It was their biggest game of the week. Not like that now, but TCU did come out with the win that year. So I'll be interested to see how this game turns out. But I think West Virginia will take this one. Alright, next we have the number 19 Utah Utes at the UCLA Bruins. This is kind of a mixed up game. I did not expect these teams to be in this position. I expected they both have good identical records, and UCLA has not really had that. Utah had a better record than I thought they would at this point. But they are playing well this year. 6-1, ranked 19th in the nation. They could win the Pac-12 this year, possibly. Now, I see here Josh Rosen was not playing last week after the loss at Washington State. But that's really no excuse. I mean, UCLA has a solid defense, but they could not hold Luke Falk in the backfield. They can stop him from throwing the ball. So I'm gonna pick Utah to win this one. I think UCLA, Michigan State, Notre Dame, they've been all disappointing teams this year, and I don't think it's gonna get any better for any of them. All right, next we have, and this is probably the hardest game to pick this week, the number 17 Arkansas Razorbacks at the number 21 Auburn Tigers. Now, Auburn had a really slow start to the season, but after winning against LSU, they've just been on fire. So I expect Auburn to actually take this one at home. Arkansas, they look like they're gonna have a great year, but then it's just that one game that starts the downfall of their season. And I think this will be it. However, Arkansas is a great team. I would not be surprised if they won. And I'm going to take Auburn. They're just on fire right now. Alright, the next game we have here looks like the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes are back here at the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, again, Buckeyes fan, I always pick them. And that's not just because I like them, but because they are better than most teams that they play. When it comes to the playoff, I could be completely different. But for this game, I'm going to pick the Buckeyes to win. And this is the game where I say, if you have small children, do not watch this game. Because this game is either going to be a blowout by Ohio State, or it's going to be a low-scoring bloodbath. Maybe some literal blood in there, I don't know. But yeah, do not watch this game with your children. I just realized maybe this should be the game where your children should watch. These two teams are having odd seasons. Excuse me. LSU lost Les Miles at the beginning of the season. Then they bring in Ed Orgeron, who has been doing good in his first few games there. I don't really know who to pick in this situation. I'm still boggled by how Ole Miss is ranked. I don't really care who you've beaten. You're 3-3. I mean, why are you even here? I don't know. If they lose this week, they better not be in there. And I think they will lose this week. I'm predicting LSU to take this one over Ole Miss at home. In the final game of the week this week, we have the Washington State Cougars at the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, Washington State, they've had an interesting season again. Luke Falk playing fantastic. And they just beat UCLA last week. Again, UCLA is historically a great team, but this year, like most other teams, I'm not even going to get into it again. This will be like the third, fourth time. But yeah, so I'm going to pick Arizona State to lose this game, actually. I'm going to pick Washington State. It's the first time, I think, first or second time I've picked Arizona State. I really don't think I picked them that much this year. And then the one time I picked them last week, they get crushed against Colorado. So I'm going to pick Washington State to win this one in a high-scoring affair. Alright, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you liked it, be sure to subscribe. And I will see you next week for week number 9. And quickly before I officially go, the intro that I love doing will not be in there this week again. I just didn't really have much time to, edit the video, so I will try to get something in, but it won't be near as good as what the intro normally is. But thank you all for watching.